is used in Gbem. We have taken a bottle filled up with rice. Now my friend Bhavna Malik is tempering the water bottle to remove the air droplets and to increase the friction. Now she is inserting a pencil in the bottle and slowly lifting it up without even touching it. Hence we can conclude that friction helps in gripping. So we can say that friction is a contact force.
Now we are performing an experiment to prove that magnetic force is a non-contact force. My friend is keeping a magnet on the top of the box, and iron nail is already fixed with it.
My friend Prapti Shukla is lifting up the nail, but it will not touch with the magnet. Now she is removing her hand with the nail. Now see what is happening. The nail is floating in the air. Why?
This is because of magnetic force. See, my friend is showing that there is a gap between the magnet and the iron nail. So, they are not in contact with each other. Hence, we can say that magnetic force is a non-contact force. Thank you.
Good afternoon everyone. Today we the students of Gbbv English medium of class 10 are gathered here to perform a very simple yet interesting experiment based on physical science. Our topic of the experiment is buoyancy or buoyant force and the factors related to this. The question now arises is that what is buoyancy or buoyant force? When an object is immersed in fluid, partially or completely, it experiences an upward force, which is called buoyant force or buoyancy. As the object is immersed in the fluid, it displaces some volume of the fluid and occupies that position. Today, we will be conducting two experiments. By these two experiments, we will get to explain how buoyancy depends on volume of the body immersed in the fluid and density of the fluid in which the body is immersed. We have two oranges here. One is with the peel and the another one is without the peel. Let us see which one will float and which one will sink in the water. Now, my friend Parul will be immersing the orange with the peel in the water. Let's see what happens. The orange with the peel floats because the peel is filled with tiny air pockets. These pockets of air help in increasing the buoyancy of the orange, and the orange will become less dense than the water. So does it float. Now she will be immersing the orange without the peel. Let's see what happens. The orange without the peel will sink. Do you know the reason behind this? This is because the peel does not have any air pockets now. As there are no air pockets, its volume is less, the buoyancy is less, which will make the orange heavier and it will sink. Thus, we can clearly conclude that volume is directly proportional to buoyancy. Now, I would like to hand over my mic to the other group of friends who will explain the second factor on which buoyancy
water. See, it's not floating. Now let us see what will happen when she will put a piece of grape in salt water.
See, this one is floating because here the density of the salted solution is more than normal water. Hence, we can say that buoyancy depends on density of the fluid in which the object is immersed. Thus, we can also conclude that the density of the fluid is directly proportional to buoyant force.
Judges and my dear friends, I am Anmol Verma from class 10. I am going to represent Gbbv Vidyalaya.
Good afternoon everyone. My name is Ashu Agarwal from class 10. I am also representing Gbbv Vidyalaya.
Good afternoon everyone. I am Khushi Sharma from class 10. I am here to represent Gbbv Vidyalaya. Today I will explain you about the concept of buoyancy. I have two balls. One is small and another is medium, which has their different weights. With the help of these two balls, I will explain you about the buoyancy. And the small ball. Now I immerse the ball into the liquid with some force, and I release the ball. The ball comes upward. Now I again take the small, medium-sized ball and immerse the ball, and again it comes upward. Why? What is the reason behind it? Why the ball comes up? It is because the water exerted some force in upward direction. With the help of this, the ball comes upward. This upward force exerted by water is called buoyancy. Thank you. Now my next partner will continue further.
I have already introduced myself. I am here to explain you the topic, the laws of flotation, with the help of some experiment. At first, the first law of flotation. When a ball is immersed into the liquid, what we are observing? We are observing that the ball is sinking into the water. Why? What is the cause behind it? The cause behind it is that the weight of this ball is greater than the upward force exerted by the water. That is buoyancy. That's why the ball is sinking into the water. The second law of flotation. Now, again I am immersing the ball into the water. Now, this water will flow into the water fully immersed. The reason behind it is that the weight of this ball and the buoyancy acting on the ball is equal to each other. In this situation, the ball is weightless. The third law of flotation. Now again I am submerging the ball into the water. Now it is floating on the water because the weight of this ball is less than the buoyancy. The buoyancy depends on two factors. One, density of the liquid and the volume of immersed portion of the substance. Now I have taken two bowls of water. One is slime water and one is normal water. I'm adding some more salt in the slime water. will float. I have this substance. I am submerging it into the slime water. It is floating.
the density of the slime water is greater than the density of normal water. Again I am immersing a substance into the normal water. Now the substance is sinking into the water because the density slime water has a denser density than the normal water, and the buoyancy of the slime water is greater than the buoyancy of normal water. According to law of flotation, slime water has greater buoyancy. Buoyancy is greater than the weight of the object, and in normal water, the buoyancy is less than the weight of the object. Now I will show you with the help of some experiment. Buoyancy depends on the volume of submerged portion of the body. A small nail sinks into the water, but a ship made up of iron floats on water. Why? I have taken a foil box and placing it into the water. It is floating, but the iron substance, when I submerge this into the water, it will sink. But when I put it into the upon the foil paper, it will float. Because the displaced water is less than the buoyancy acting on it. But in the case of small nail, the buoyancy was not much than the weight of the small nail, so it was sinking. Thank you.
Good afternoon everyone. My name is Antara Kumari Jha from class 9. I am representing Gbbv Balika Vidyalaya.
Good afternoon everyone. My name is Sonia Songar from class 9 and I am representing my school Gbbv Balika Vidyalaya. Good afternoon everyone. My name is Swasti Gupta and I am representing my school Gbbv Balika Vidyalaya. Good afternoon everyone. I am Swati Vishwakarma from class 9. I am representing my school Gbbv Balika Vidyalaya. Today we are doing an experiment on the topic force. The force is the external cause which changes or tends to change the rest or motion of a body. There are two types of force, contact and non-contact force. There are also various divisions in contact force like applied force, frictional force, normal force and tension force. The applied force is the force which is applied by a person to an object. Let's understand it by an experiment. I am using very simple objects to do the experiment. I am pushing the chair and the chair is moving. But when I sat on it and tried to pull it, it is
Because the friction is increased. Previously, the friction was in a limited portion, but now the limiting friction is increased because of the rough surface. Therefore, the friction depends on the nature of the surface. Let's understand friction by another experiment. I have gathered two books and kept it. Please pull it. It is pulling very easily. Now please pull it. It is not pulling easily. Why? Because I have added friction in every page. That's why the friction is increased and the book is not pulling easily towards it. Let's know about tension force. Tension force is the force that is transmitted through a string, rope or cable. When the force is applied at the opposite ends of it. Let's understand it by an experiment. The weight of the pot is acting in the downward direction, but when I hang it to my hand, it is not falling down. Why? Because the tension is working through the string of this pot tied with it. That's why the tension opposes the weight of the body to fall down. Thank you.
Okay, so as you have learned about contact forces, now coming to non-contact forces. There are three types of non-contact forces. First is gravitational force, second is magnetic force, and the third is electrical force, electrostatic force. Gravitational force. It is a mutual attractive force between two particles that occurs when there is no moving charges. Now let us prove it by an experiment. As you can see, this is a earth and it attracts another object towards it. It is getting attracted very easily. The earth is attracted to another object along a straight line. In the force of attraction in earth attracts another object towards it in a straight line. A question can arise in your mind that why I have used magnet to show you the earth's gravity, because it was not possible for me to stand on earth and show you the earth's gravity. Another example that I am throwing this pin upwards and it is falling down another object towards it in a straight line. A question can arise in your mind that why I have used magnet to show you the earth's gravity, because it was not possible for me to stand on earth and show you the earth's gravity. Another example that I am throwing this pin upwards and it is falling downwards because the earth is attracting it towards itself. Now the second is electrostatical force. It is a mutual attractive force. When occurs, there is no moving charges. It is an attraction and repulsion towards it. Starting in electricity. Now let us prove it by an experiment. Now she will rub this paint in her hair. and the page was moving, and place it near this page was moving actually now was falling. As you can see, this page is moving. Okay, so when she rubbed this paint through her hair, this paint induces the opposite charge in this paper and place it near this paper. So this paper gets attracted to this paint and sticks into it. Now the third is that it's the magnetic force. It is a force that attracts between the two poles, North Pole and South Pole. It attracts such materials like iron, cobalt, nickel, and poles, etc. Where we know that like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. So this is South Pole and this is North Pole. I am taking South Pole and this is also North Pole. This is attracting each other because this is South Pole and North Pole. Unlike charges attract each other. And if I will give North Pole and North Pole beside, then they will repel each other. Now also in South Pole they will repel each other. It's proof that magnetic force it's proof that magnetic force, the opposite charges attract each other. Thank you.
From class 10 representing Gbbv English Medium. Today we are going to perform a life science experiment on the topic cell division. Good afternoon everyone. This is Srishti Agarwal from class 10D. Good afternoon everyone. This is Sweetie Shaw from class 10D. Good afternoon everyone. This is Aska Mehta from class 10D. Good afternoon everyone, this is Ishika Jaiswal from class 10E. Good afternoon everyone, this is Kriti Chopra from class 10E. Good afternoon everyone, this is Unnati Gaur from class 10E. Good afternoon everyone, this is Rajlakshmi Thakur from class 10E. Good afternoon everyone, this is Yashita Sharma from class 10E. Cell division is a biological process by which the mother cell duplicates its cell contents and divides itself to give rise to two or more daughter cells. It is an irreplaceable biological process in all living organisms, being the means of growth, repair and reproduction in multicellular organisms and the sole source of reproduction in unicellular organisms. Cell division is basically of two types, out of which the first one is the vegetative division, in which each daughter cell is actually the duplicate of the parent cell, and it is called mitosis. The second one is the meiosis, in which the parent cell divides itself into four haploid daughter cells. Mitosis is essential for the growth of the cell and also for the replacement of the worn out cells. Right before prophase, the cell spends most of its life in the interphase, where
The chromosomes are then pulled towards the ends by the fibers that are attached to the kinetochore of each chromosome. The centromere of each chromosome are moved towards the two different ends. In telophase, the chromosomes that cluster at the two poles are finally moved to the two different ends as the nuclear envelope starts forming around it. The nucleolus, Golgi bodies and ear complex, which had disappeared after the prophase, had started to reappear. Telophase is followed by cytokinesis, which denotes the division of the cytoplasm to form two daughter cells. Thus, it marks the completion of cell division.
Today, we are going to show an experiment of mitosis by preparing the mount of an onion root tip cell. For this experiment, the following materials are required: compound microscope, acetocarmine stain, water, burner, cover slip, blade, dropper, hydrochloric acid, watch glass, forceps, onion root peel, acetic acid, needle, filter paper, and glass slide. Now, for the preparation of the slide to observe the mitotic phase in onion root tip cells, the following steps are adopted. Since it's a time-consuming procedure,
नहीं तो मेन लाइट भैया No, first this shape.
Aim to study the process of osmosis using potato osmoscope. Requirements are peeled off potato, knife, pins, petri dishes, colored water, concentrated sugar solution. Principle: when two solutions of different concentrations are separated by semi-permeable membrane, the flow of solvent is from the region of weaker solution having low solid concentration to the region of stronger solution having high solid concentration till the equilibrium is reached so that the osmotic pressures are balanced.
Now we are going to start the procedure. Earlier, we took a potato and the skin of the potato had been peeled off with the help of scalpel. Then, the potato is cut from one side in such a way that it would make a flat base. Then the potato osmoscope is prepared like this. Now, concentrated sugar solution is added in that potato osmoscope and mark its level by inserting a pin in that cavity wall. Then the potato osmoscope is placed in the petri dish bowl filled with colored water. Now we will mark the initial level with pin. After some time, we will mark the level of the concentrated sugar solution with the help of the pin. Now we will wait for the osmosis so that the colored water solvent move into the peeled potato.
Please come on the stage.
honorable judges, all my seniors and my friends. I am Shruti Dubey of class 9 coming from Gbbv. Today we are doing a science experiment on the topic of osmosis.
Good afternoon. I am Antika Singh from class 9.
Here we have taken a container with full of water and food color, and we are taking potato as the osmometer.
Take out the sucrose. Keep explaining, Shruti.
Here we have taken a peeled potato and we have thrown all the material inside of the potato, and with sucrose and water we are mixing inside the potato, and now we are showing that how water will enter in potato, and here potato is working as semi-permeable membrane.
The movement of solvent molecules through a semi-permeable membrane from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration region is known as osmosis.
Tell that it will take 15 to 20 minutes to complete the procedure.
It will take 15 to 20 minutes to complete the process.
The movement of solvent molecules through a semi-permeable membrane from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration region is known as osmosis.